Hey Tam Fam, I'm Sivan from Sivan's Kitchen in Los Angeles, and today we'll be making these kosher for Passover cheese burekas. Grab 4 matzah squares, make sure to saturate them real well. Immediately wrap them in a clean kitchen towel and set aside. While your matzah squares are softening up, you're going to begin to prepare the cheese filling. You can use any cheese of your choice. Here I'm using 1 cup of sour cream, crumbled feta, cottage cheese, shredded mozzarella, 2 eggs, and some shredded cheddar cheese, because why not? Combine all the ingredients together till incorporated. And then one by one, cut down each square of your matzah. Fill each mini square with about a tablespoon of your cheese filling. Then corner to corner, close each square, creating the triangle shape. Place your matzah burekas on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Grab 1 beaten egg and brush it on top of each burekas. Top them off with your favorite topping. Bake in a preheated oven set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes. I can't wait for you to give it a try.
Welcome back to our spring tasting table. That was a member of our Tam Fam, Sivan, who shared her favorite dish for Passover. Our next guest has been a member of the Tam Fam since season 2, but our friendship goes long before I even started this show. She appeared on our winter holiday show to make crispy Brussels sprouts, which is one of my favorite things. Chef Leah Cohen is a renowned chef and owner of the restaurants Pig and Khao and Piggyback here in New York City. And she's about to open a brand new spot in Philly, and we've got some folks from Philly in here. She's been on hit shows like Beat Bobby Flay and Top Chef, but Leah got her start in the kitchen, prepping for the Jewish holidays. Take a look.
Passover is a holiday that I grew up celebrating every single year. Now that I'm a mom, I hope to keep the traditions alive. We celebrate Passover in Philadelphia. We go to my mother-in-law's house. She makes these sweet and sour meatballs every year that my husband grew up eating, and now my kids eat them, and they love them. The holidays for me is all about family. It's about us getting together, and so the holidays is a really nice time for us just to enjoy each other's company.
Please welcome my friend, Chef Leah Cohen. Wow, good to see you. Look how festive you look. I know. You look gorgeous. Come on over here. So, full disclosure, well before we were moms. Mm-hmm. We were party girls in I'm kidding. New York City.
We used to box together.
Yeah, we used to box together. We've known each other for many, many years. Yep. I could not be more proud of you.
Thank you.
Just to watch everything fall in place so beautifully. I love that you're going to make this brisket here in a second. Before we get to that, I've had the pleasure of knowing your dad, your mom. We've known each other, and I know how much family means to you. So for Carter and
my husband,
Ben.
Actually, she knows Ben. She's better friends with Ben, my husband, than she is with me.
Because I text Ben because I know you're busy with Carter and Baker.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Tamron texted me. She needs a reservation. And I was like, she didn't text me.
Ben is like on it because you've got Carter, Moses and Carter are the same age. Yep. And then you have Baker.
Yes.
Which I love that you have a chef with a kid named Baker. What does it mean to pass these traditions down to them?
I mean, I think it's really important. I grew up, family was so important, and we would spend the holidays together. And when I was, getting up and coming as a chef, I didn't have time to spend any holidays with my family. Right. I was just working all the time. So now, as a restaurant owner, I am still extremely busy, but I do make sure that I have the time to spend the holidays with my family.
I love that. So now Carter is 5 and he's actually in the kitchen?
Oh yeah, he wants to bake with me all the time. He's better than most people at cracking an egg.
Really?
Doesn't get shells in it, loves baking.
What did I do wrong? Our kids are both 5.
I know.
Mine doesn't mean guacamole, though. Moses, I'm not going to take that away from you, baby. You got mean guacamole game. So you have them in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And this 5-spice braised brisket.
Yeah.
Why is that so Passover?
So most Jewish people make brisket, right? That is a thing that they make. But so I wanted to bring in my Asian side side and make it like an Asian Jewish brisket.
I
right?
love that. By the way, the QR code on the screen for the full recipe. I can't even talk because my mouth is watering. Let's get started.
Okay.
Where do we start, Leah?
So we are doing like a pho-inspired brisket. And so the first thing that you would do is you char your aromatics. So your garlic, your ginger and your onions. And this I actually learned from a friend whose mom is Vietnamese.
I didn't know you could char ginger.
Yeah, so you would leave the skin on and you traditionally do it over a grill, right?
Okay.
But we don't have a grill here, but like a cast iron is totally fine.
So you can do it in the house in a cast iron.
Absolutely. And you just really want to like concentrate the flavors and get that aroma going.
Okay.
And then, you know, you get it like nice and brown. And this color, I love how I just use my hands with a hot onion.
You've got those chef hands.
I do. So this is really important because that is going to give so much flavor, but also color, like that.
Okay,
deep,
so that
dark
is
broth.
not burned. That is
not
flavor
burnt. It
and
is
color.
Good.
All
It
right.
is good.
Okay.
It is good. Yeah.
Smells amazing. So you're gonna take the ginger and the onions out of the pan.
We're going to take it out of the pan, and then we're going to
See, we can put it here, right here,
right here.
And then we're gonna season the brisket. It is a 5-spice
Yes.
and salt and pepper that you have here.
Yeah, so it's
I'll
really
do this while you tell us about
cool.
that.
I'll let you do that. So 5-spice is just a really flavorful rub, and it's very predominant in Southeast Asian cooking.
I keep it in my pantry. It's one of my staple pantries.
It is so good, and honestly, I don't even know what all 5 spices go in there. No, I'm just kidding. And then so we were gonna do salt and pepper, and this is a big cut of brisket.
I was going to ask you that because I make brisket. My husband's Jewish. Our audience knows that. And I make brisket for Passover as well because we celebrate in our home Easter and Passover.
Yep.
I am intimidated sometimes by brisket because nothing is worse than letting something simmer for 3.5 hours and you take it out and you're like, is that it?
And then it's still
Is that
dry,
it?
right?
And it's dry and it ain't got no taste to it. No offense to anybody who I went to their home and had tasteless brisket. But I don't want that for my family in my home.
So here's the key, like, to brisket,
Okay.
right? Or any braised meat. You want it to cool down in its juices. So you cook, honestly, it's better the next day. I would always cook it the day in advance.
Really?
Yeah, and then it cools down in its juices and it just reabsorbs any liquid that could have come out. And
Okay.
so it's nice and juicy and it's
That's
not
a
dry.
good tip because also
Yeah.
you're not overwhelmed because the day of, then you can focus on your sides and other
Exactly.
things because your brisket's out of the way
Yeah.
and it's getting juicier as it sits. So you're gonna sear the meat.
We're
What
gonna
oil
sear
do
the
you
meat.
use?
I would just use any neutral oil.
Okay.
And there is a good fat cap on there as well. So I would do that like fat cap down and that fat will just kind of render out into the pan. And then you'll have all of that. So you need a very little amount of oil.
A little amount. So now we've browned it on both sides.
Both sides.
All of the ingredients and the aromatics go back in.
Go back in.
So you've
we're
got
gonna
your
pop it all
ginger,
in there,
your
yeah.
onions. I love how, listen, I've known Leah so long. I don't think I've ever seen her completely dolled up because no, this is real talk. If you go to any of their restaurants, she is on hand. She is behind the scenes. She is in it, playing no games. I mean, talk about a boss mom, a boss chef. So she came out in this pink suit and I'm like, oh my gosh.
So my friend did my makeup. Her name is Jess. She's back there. And I look at her, I was like, this is the best I've ever looked. She did an amazing job. She really did.
So we've got the aromatics in. You're gonna add some garlic.
Garlic, cinnamon, star anise, and cloves. And these are all of the ingredients that you would find in pho, right? So, and it also kind of reinforces the spices that are in the 5 spice.
Okay.
And then we have soy sauce, right? And then we have hoisin as well.
Hoisin soy sauce.
Soy sauce. And then we have some brown sugar. So I always think when we're cooking in like Southeast Asian food, you need the sugar to balance out the saltiness.
Okay.
So there's a ton of salt in the soy sauce and the hoisin, so you need to balance it all out.
And then
Really good beef stock.
And this is a really good beef stock that she's layering in. You know you've won the audience over when you're just naming ingredients, right? Really good beef stock. We're gonna put that in the oven. Temperature what?
I like to do it at 325.
325?
Because brisket can take a really long time. So if you do it any lower, it's gonna take forever.
Okay.
And it's not gonna be tender.
Plus, we're using your tip of doing it the night before.
Yes,
so we're
yes.
not in a panic. When we come back, we're gonna finish up. We're gonna take the brisket out of the oven, let you see, and talk more with Leah about the expansion to Philly. We'll be right back. Are y'all ready for the show? Join the Tamron Hall Show audience. Go to TamronHallShow.com. Welcome to the Tamron Hall Show.